winning mentality, championship programs, family tradition. Bearcat Update covers everything Northwest Missouri State sports. Welcome back to another episode of the longest running sports television show at Northwest Missouri State, Bearcat Update. As always, I'm your host, Calvin Silvers. The Northwest football team is no longer undefeated after losing on the road this weekend at Washburn. The second-ranked Bearcats found themselves in another defensive battle this weekend as Washburn held a 3-0 lead at the half. Northwest and Washburn were both able to find the end zone out of the half as both teams traded blows throughout the rest of the game. Washburn led Northwest 10-7 with 4:15 left in the fourth. Al McKellar was able to punch it in for the lead. In this game, McKellar recorded his fourth 100-yard rushing performance this season with 138 yards on 29 carries. But with 48 seconds left in the game, Washburn wide receiver Taylon Peters was able to find the end zone to give Washburn the lead, an eventual upset victory over the Bearcats, 17-16. This was Washburn's first win over Northwest in Topeka since October 18, 1994. Despite the loss, our reporter Maddie Gerhardt was able to get a behind-the-scenes look at the newly renovated locker room. Let's check out another week of Sports Swap.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Sports Swap. I'm Maddie.
I am Al McKellar, senior running back.
I'm Tucker Peavy, Director of Football Equipment Operations here at Northwest.
And today in Sports Swap, we're going to be swapping out our typical programming and taking a peek at the new Northwest football locker room. Let's go. So right now we're in the hallway leading into the locker room. One of the biggest things out here is the accolades from previous seasons. So why exactly was it so important to you to have these accolades displayed from the previous seasons out here?
So having all 6 national championships on the wall was big for Coach Wright. We're big about tradition here. Coming as teammates, leave his family. It's above the doorway as well. We wanted to showcase every conference championship, every national championship, and the rich history that Northwest football has to offer.
So Al, what's it like to be a current player and have this brand new facility for you?
I can really say that we're really blessed to have this facility. You know, my first year here, I'm glad I came here, you know, to experience such a great place, and the locker room really just tops everything off.
How important do you think this new facility is to the recruiting process?
I think it is very important because at a D2 level, you usually don't really get a locker room like this. So coming from another D2 school to this one and seeing such a good atmosphere and things like this, it is really big on the recruiting process as far as the gear, how everything is set up. And it's just different than what a lot of people show you when you go to another D2 school.
You know, having a facility of this nature is great. You know, for the guys to come in the locker room every day to do homework, you know, study groups, that aspect, also a place where they can come relax every day after practice, you know, before practice, you know, build that culture that we have here in Bearcat football. It's a great space. You know, to have the support of the alumni that we did is tremendous. It's not matched anywhere else.
So give us an overview of some of the amenities added to the new locker room.
Well, right here, as you see, up here is for a future Bearcat. At the top, you can put your shoulder pads and cleats up there. It also has something to where your pads can dry off. And here on the inside, you have hooks and things where you can put your clothes, shoes, and also we have a safe here that has charger ports in there. You can put anything that you just don't want nobody to get a hold to while you're going outside your locker room. Down here is just more space where you can put cleats, helmets go right here. You can put cleats, our travel bags and everything else goes down there. And also has a vent to where your things will dry at.
Thanks for checking out the new Bearcat football locker room with us. I'm Maddie.
Al McKellar, senior running back.
I'm Tucker Peavy, Director of Football Equipment Operations.
We'll catch you next week. Back to you, Calvin.
Thanks, Maddie. The Bearcats are set to hit the road again next weekend as they'll travel to Tahlequah, Oklahoma to take on Northeastern State in what will give Northwest a chance to get back into the win column. With that, we're going to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere as we highlight 2 Northwest student managers. You're watching Bearcat Update on KNWT Channel 8. Welcome back to Bearcat Update. 2 current Northwest students, Thomas Henricks and Kayla Chapman, have been working with 2 athletics teams this offseason. They have helped each coaching staff with team operations, player development, and staying active with each team. Our reporter Chase Chambers was able to catch up with both of them this week as both teams prepare for the start of the season.
A basketball team is more than just the players and coaches. One of the most hard-working components is the student manager, Kayla Chapman, for the women's basketball team.
On a day-to-day basis, I'm usually I have to get there about 40 minutes before, and then I have to wipe down the floors to make sure that the girls don't fall over or anything. And then I also run the clock.
Have you ever thought about all the aspects that go into running a smooth baseball team? Well, baseball manager Thomas Hendricks goes through the motions every day to assist the coaching staff.
So I help out with the pitchers. I help set up practice plans, throwing schedules, chart bullpens, gun bullpens, just help them out with whatever they need.
Kayla's love for the game didn't stop when she got injured. She wanted to be a part of the team no matter what.
I decided to be a student manager because when I was a freshman, I played basketball and then I had a bad knee injury, so I just kind of stopped doing that, but I still wanted to be involved with the program because I love being around the girls and I love being around the coaches, and I'm kind of hoping to become a coach someday.
After 2 in-season injuries, Hendricks wanted to be on the other side of the bat, helping manage the team in any way possible.
So I was actually a pitcher for 2.5 years. I ended up having 2 shoulder surgeries my freshman year. I tore my labrum, and then my junior year fall, I tore my rotator cuff. So after the rotator cuff tear, I decided probably shouldn't play again because I didn't want to tear anything else.
Chapman put in the hard work before and during for the team to have a successful practice.
During the practice, the girls will get there 15 minutes before, and like I said, I would have to be there 40 minutes before to get everything set up. And so then practice starts, the girls warm up, and I'm there rebounding and passing and just doing all that stuff. And then after that, we have certain drills, and we always keep track of the time. So every day he has a sheet, and it has, we'll be doing this drill for 5 minutes, this drill 20 minutes, and so then I kind of keep track of that along with the other 2 managers that we have.
Henrik helps in every aspect of the practice, whether that be hitting ground balls or helping with the pitchers.
So I'll get there around 1:30, set up a practice plan, write it down. I'll go put it in the pitcher dugout. And then after that, they all stretch, they throw. I just kind of hang around, watch them. And then about 2:30, we do ground balls, fly balls. So I'll hit ground balls. Me and our assistant coach, Mike Creason, will hit ground balls to the infield.
Reporting for Bearcat Update, I'm Chase Chambers.
Thanks, Chase. Hendricks was a pitcher for the Bearcat baseball team in the 2019 and 2020 season. He has been working with head coach Darren Lowe and his team this fall, preparing for the spring season. The Bearcat baseball team starts their season on February 3rd as they'll play in the Dugan Invitational. Chapman was a part of the Northwest women's basketball team in 2019 and became a manager due to injuries her freshman season. The women's basketball season is right around the corner as they are set to play their first game on November 6th against William Woods in Bearcat Arena. We're going to take another quick break, but don't go anywhere as we will highlight our Bearcat Update Player of the Week. You're watching Bearcat Update on KNWT Channel 8. This week on Bearcat Update, we'd like to take a different approach to our highly coveted Bearcat Update Player of the Week. Instead of focusing on one outstanding athlete that puts in 100% of their effort, we wanted to recognize an outstanding group of athletes that achieved goals not done by previous Bearcat athletes. This week, we'd like to recognize and honor the entire Northwest volleyball program. Head coach Amy Worth has her team ranked 9th nationally and will likely continue to see them rise after this week's performance. The outstanding weekend began on Friday, where the #1 ranked Washburn Ichabods rolled into town, looking to continue to add to their perfect MIAA record. However, the Bearcats had other ideas. Washburn got out to an early lead as they gained the upper hand in the opening set with a 25-20 victory. Northwest evened the match at a set each after posting a 28-26 triumph in the set. The second set featured 19 ties and 5 lead changes. The match was knotted from 18-18 through 25-25. Washburn scored a pivotal comeback win in the third set, 27-25. The Ichabods scored the final 3 points to take a 2-1 lead in the match. However, it was all Bearcats after this. Northwest bounced back in the fourth set and tallied a convincing 25-15 win to level the match at 2-2. Northwest used a 6-1 spurt to push the lead to 13-7, and after 3 consecutive kills to end the match, Northwest solidified the 5-set triumph. The win gave Amy Worth her 150th career win, and the team recorded the program's first ever win over a #1 ranked foe. The dreamlike weekend continued for Northwest as they got back into rhythm Saturday. This time, they didn't have as much pressure from the opposing team. Northwest swept Emporia State to make it 9 consecutive victories. Northwest won by set scores of 25-15, 25-15, and 25-10. Congratulations to Amy Worth and the entire Northwest volleyball team. Their ability to record the program's first ever win over a #1 ranked foe and continue showing outstanding performances week after week paves their way to receive this week's Bearcat Update Player of the Week. That's going to wrap things up for this week's episode of Bearcat Update. Make sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at BearcatUpdate_8 and catch all of our previous episodes on our YouTube KNWT Channel 8. Thanks for watching. We will see you next week. Winning mentality, championship programs, family tradition. Bearcat Update covers everything Northwest Missouri State sports.